Sup? I'm your host, Judge. Unfortunately, Beg's computer's playing up, so she can't be a part of this week's episode. But without further ado, let's get into it. Giggity. Forge of Souls is super cool to look at, has super cool mobs, super cool trash, super cool bosses. And that's what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the bosses, because they're fucking hard. Now, the first boss is some warlock mage guy, whatever. He has two main attacks. Two, count them, two. That's more than one, less than three to look at. The first main one that he's going to do is a big freaking AoE, and what you have to do is just have to move into the center. Not hard for the individual, apparently very hard for 5 people to do. Because you see what people think is, oh my god, big AoE, I'm going to stand out here. It's a bad idea, people. Second one, candidate number 2, is pretty much up to the DPS and tank. He doesn't have to worry so much. But what you gotta do is he's gonna split someone's soul. See it right there? He's splitting someone's soul. Tank has to move away from it. That's right, move away. Because otherwise, guess what he's gonna do? He's gonna heal himself to full, which is gonna suck. Because he has like 800,000 health, which is ridiculous. Now, the next boss is much like the Requiem of Souls from Black Temple, except he doesn't drain your mana. This, what you're looking at, is my first honest attempt at him, and apparently he does something much like the guy from Last Rites in Borean Tundra, where the damage that you do to him heals himself whilst also killing you, which sucks, especially if you're a hunter and you're rocking out 7k DPS like I was here. See, look at me go, look at me go, look at me go, get owned. It's not a good idea. Watch out for it. Otherwise you're gonna look like a fucking moron. Other than that, he's pretty easy. In the new patch, there's gonna be a new Blizzard add-on added to the game, which is going to replace Quest Helper. This is lovely for people who have a poor PC, or people who don't like add-ons, or people who hate Quest Helper because it uses so much of your RAM and is pretty ugly to look at and just isn't a nice add-on in general because it causes WoW crashes. So what does it do? Like Quest Helper, it gives you priorities on which way to do quests. It tells you where to go, how many mobs you have to kill, what you have to do, blah 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 blah. But the main thing is it actually fits in with the Blizzard UI existing quest log, which means that you can have the quest log open and a map, and it will tell you where you have to go, and whilst you have the map open, you can also look at the rewards that you'll get from the quest. So if you desperately want some gloves, for example, you can find, okay, well, this quest will give me gloves, where do I have to go? And then you can prioritize it by looking at the map, which is very nice. You can also ignore quests, all that jazz. Everything that you can do in Quest Helper, you can do with the Blizzard UI. However, the Blizzard UI uses less interface memory, which is lovely.
I fart in your general direction. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelt of elderberries.
This is going to be a new section called the rant, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to rant about shit that pisses me off. First thing, pugs. Yes, I know that in patch 3.3 they're bringing in the new interface tool, but seriously, god fucking damn it. You've seen an intro looking for one more. Heroic Nexus must be geared so godly that you don't even need to run it. I mean, fair enough, you might want to go in there for your quick triumph badges, but how are people supposed to get geared unless they run the instance first?
He's cannibalized the TARDIS.
Is this what I think it is?
It's a paradox machine.
Oh. But the content isn't that hard. Pretty much anything that was brought in as of patch 3.0.2, it's ridiculously easy. What you're looking at now is Sarth with 10 people, but you also may notice that Sarth has around about 7 million health. This is the 25-man version. We did it with 10 people. Content is ridiculously easy. Even if you have one geared person, you can do the content fast. You gotta remember that people were doing this shit in greens when Roddle K first came out. In greens. or 70 epics. Seriously. SK Gaming, 25th of November, which is what they renamed their guild, did freaking Naxxramas 25 in 2 days in level 70 epics and quest greens. It's not very hard at all. So what I'm trying to say is, please, people who play World of Warcraft, stop being so anal retentive. If you want to be anal retentive, run to be the Alaskan governor.